Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here, got another Master Duel video for you. So it's been a little bit of a minute since we've done a build and play. Let's go ahead and I want to get into one of these here. And for today's build and play, I want to do Primite, found the W, Primite Fiendsmith Control. So this is a deck that I definitely wanted to cover the build section of because there are a lot of different ways that you could build a deck like this. Now, obviously, we're going to want to start off with the Primite cards themselves, and that's going to be 3 Lordly Load, 3 Ether Barrel. We'll start with 1 Drill Beam. I might play more. Same with Roar. So this is going to be like kind of the core of the Primite stuff here. Now, whenever I build decks, I always like to start with engine first. I think that just makes it a lot easier to kind of have your deck's cohesive strategy all planned out, you know, to put in everything you need for your combo lines and make sure those are all going smoothly, and then fill it out with, you know, non-engine, hand traps, disruption afterward. But this is going to be a very interesting sort of spin on that because while we do have engine, of course, we don't really have like dedicated combo lines. So when we are including engine, we're actually still thinking about it from a disruption standpoint as well. Which again is kind of part of the reason why I really wanted to cover deck building for this deck, because it is very unique in that regard, right? The other way in which this deck is unique is there are a ton of different ways you can build it. So these are all of the Primite cards that I would say we need at a bare minimum, but I might be including some more. Possibly a second Drill Beam, but more likely, honestly, probably a second Roar. Card's quite good, especially to open, so I wouldn't mind having another copy. Second copy of Drill Beam isn't a horrible idea. I get why it's appealing, but I also think personally it's really unnecessary. Yeah, Drill Beam loops itself. It's not super likely to get banished being a spell card. And even if it is, it's not like Drill Beam looping is the only thing this deck does, right? The other reason I really wanted to cover the deck building portion is because there are a ton of different ways to play this deck, or to build this deck rather, and those will definitely affect how you end up playing it. So, yeah, for the Fiendsmith engine here, one newer card we're going to be including, well, not newer, it's actually was in the last wave of support, but we're going to be playing Fiendsmith in Paradise, as well as the new Link 3 Fiendsmith's Ognum Day. So haven't really used these cards in Fiendsmith decks before now. I have gotten a lot of comments asking in stuff like Snake Eye and Punk why we're not playing Ognum Day. I feel like it's really obvious, personally, that we don't have room for such a niche card in those builds. That's why I didn't really bother explaining it. Again, I kind of felt like it was obvious myself, but yeah, I mean, this card is obviously not bad to have, but in a deck like Snake Eye or Punk, you're really fighting for extra deck space with your other archetypes, and this is a very, very cuttable aspect of the Fiendsmith engine. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it's probably the least necessary Fiendsmith monster, you know, for the whole engine. So, but here, this deck's gonna have plenty of room for it, so we'll put it in. Gonna play Lacrima. We'll play 2 Requiem because we'll have room for that as well, or for those rather. I don't think we need 3 tracked. I'll start with 3 because you really, really, really like opening Fiendsmith stuff if you're going first in this deck. That's actually a pretty interesting aspect of Primite Fiendsmith Control. It's one of those decks that actually feels almost exactly as good to go second as it does to go first. But here's the thing, right? If you are going first, there are some times you'll have hands where you just don't really have any plays. And I think playing multiple tracked would alleviate that. I think playing multiple Roar would help alleviate that as well. I might end up cutting down on these. I think I am probably going to end up going down to 2 tracked, but we'll leave it like this for now. Speaking of normal monsters with a Roar, we need our targets for that, so we are going to be playing Dippity in this build. I do think that Dippity is much better than Fiend, or the White Destin, the previous light Fiend normal monster we were using, because it's level 4, and that matters a lot. It matters a lot because not only can we potentially make a Chaos Angel, but we can look at rank 4s as well, to overlay Dippity with, you know, either Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, or Ether Barrel. We'll look at rank 4s towards the end as we're filling out the extra deck here. Okay, so we're going to include at least one other vanilla monster. We'll get to that here in a moment. The next thing I want to do is include some Bystial monsters. This will be kind of like half disruption, half engine for this deck. In the past, when I built this deck, I made a little bit more of a focus on the Bystial side by including stuff like Lubellion and Regained. I might still do that here, but... Okay, so we're definitely going to play Magnum Hut and Juror Swarm. If nothing else, I am absolutely playing these two cards, but I would like to play, like, Baldrakes as well. And then, I think this was my Bystial package last time, right? It was like these 5, then the 2 Lubellion, and where's Regained? Here it is. Regained. So I'm gonna leave that as is for now, but I might end up trimming some of those out here in a minute, because I see we're at 25 for the main deck, right? We're at the point where we can start adding hand traps and stuff, but if I want to add call by and cross out, now we only have room for 12 hand traps, and I definitely want to play more than 12 hand traps in this deck. That's another pretty big benefit of playing this deck, is that you have a lot of room for a lot of hand traps. I'd like to be playing at least 15, which means I think that Bystial engine is definitely going to get cut down. Like, we can just take out... Oh, no, not that one. I might take that out, but not just yet. I'm going to take out the Lubellions and the Regained. I'm going to leave the rest of these for now. I guess to be fair, I do usually count these as hand traps as well. So we are already playing 5. But I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't mind having 15 plus the 5 Bystials. Personally. I don't know. Actually, hang on a second. Let me think about this for a moment. Because if we are counting those as hand traps, I might be a little more inclined to leave in the Lubellions and the Regained. Now, there are, of course, other things that we could be playing in this deck, namely the DPE engine, which, of course, DPE would be the Destiny Hero, if I can spell correctly. And if I could not include the slash there. Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, yeah, so obviously going into Vert to make this with Celestial and Dasher is an option that we do have here for this deck, and it's certainly not a bad one. I actually really like this card, and I think it's a lot better than a lot of people give it credit for. Being able to pop a card every single turn, especially in a control deck, that matters a lot. That's a lot. But I will also say that I'm not going to be playing DPE in this build in particular. It's not a bad card by any means, like I just said, but the main reason I don't want to play it isn't even because of this card itself, but rather the fusion materials. Again, the Celestial and Dasher that I mentioned. I would rather, honestly, personally try to avoid playing any more vanillas, or any more... Garnets than I have to, considering we're already playing literal vanillas here. Oh, speaking of vanillas, we still need our second one. So, if I'm playing a heavier Bystial engine, then I'm certainly considering Wattail Dragon. Oh. Threw in an extra T there. Yeah, Wattail Dragon is basically Summon to Skull, but a dragon. So that actually matters for going into, like, spheres, right? The other option is to not play Wattail. Of course, there is also Summon Skull being the most popular option for this deck. Beast of Talwar. If you're going to play a level 6 Vanilla Fiend, I actually think you should be playing Beast of Talwar. You sacrifice 100 attack to gain a lot more defense. The defense is going to matter a lot more because Primite Roar summons in defense mode. And again, the 100 attack difference here is completely negligible. So if I was going to play a Fiend, I would play Beast of Talwar, but I'm not going to play a Fiend. I'm still thinking about that Wattail Dragon, but I'm also thinking about Driver and Gamma. Like, Gamma's already just an excellent card in general. There are decks like Snake Eye and Yubel that will absolutely go out of their way to play it, even though it's limited. And we have natural synergy with the vanilla Driver, so I'm kind of just considering that right now. Let me think for another moment. Because now what I'm kind of thinking about is, do I want to play Wattail Dragon on top of Driver and Dippity? I am actually considering that right now too, and it might be a possibility here. How many hand traps are we at right now? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we definitely still want at least a couple more. We could just do Veilers and Imperms. This meta is still pretty Primite Blue Eyes heavy, but not like so much. I don't know, like Ghost Spell would still not be bad. I'm kind of thinking about maining Droll, actually. It's a little bit of a tough decision here. Could still cut Lubellion and Regained if I wanted to. Could cut Attract and Aurora if I wanted to as well. Would leave room for more hand traps, but at the same time, these are like our main starters for like actually making like a significant number of plays. Again, you know, we don't have any dedicated one card combo lines, but we have Engraver as well. We also don't mind opening Ether Barrel or Lordly Load and then just going into Drill Beam control. So if I'm considering all of these to be starters, then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I didn't put in Fabled Lurie. Huh, we definitely have to do that. Yeah, I think I am going to cut these. I don't want to, though. I could play over 40. Yeah, certainly could. It's not a bad idea at all. But here's the thing, if I'm going to play Lubellions and Regained, like if I'm going that like Bystial emphasis, that much of a Bystial emphasis, then I really should be playing Wattail Dragon. And I don't hate the idea of playing a third vanilla. Maybe just do that and go up to 42. But we're just trying to make room for Droll as well, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, yeah, 5, 8, 13, 14, 16 hand traps. Yeah, I think I want. Yeah, I think I want some more. So I'm gonna play Drolls. And that'll leave us at 40, which I think I'm satisfied with this. Except I do still kind of want... No, wait, no, we took Lubellions and Regained out just now. Yeah, so that makes me feel a lot better about not playing Wattail Dragon. So now we're at, what, 18 hand traps, roughly, including Bystial monsters? I know I keep counting these, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 5 is 18. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to finish out the extra deck here. So we already have all the Fiendsmith stuff, except we don't have Moon of Closed Heaven. There she is. Always play SP. We always play Appaloosa. Do we always play Appaloosa? I don't know if we do, actually. We do always play SP, though. We definitely want some rank 6s. M7's a pretty good one. Lars is pretty good. Caesar's, of course, good. I'm not going to play all of these, but I'll just include all of them for now, and we'll just trim some of them out here in a minute. Rank 4s. I haven't even thought about what kind of rank 4 I want to play in this deck. What are some good generic rank 4s? Let me think for a second here. Guska, I mean, we could, but it's not like... I'm not like the most excited. Like we can already play pretty well under Max C. Like we're already a control deck, so I don't think we need to pivot into Baguska. What else? I mean, we could go like Borbo. Well, no, that's 5 level 4. Well, of course we would do whatever Zodiac is 2 level 4s. I think it's Chakanine. Could do a Zeus line. That's kind of though. I'm not like super enthusiastic about that. We don't really have any Fire Warriors or Pyros to take advantage of these. My Royal Silent Honors Arc Knight, but that card is pretty meh. Could do Zodiac stuff, like I said. That eats a lot of extra deck space, which I'm not super enthusiastic about. Oh, there's Dweller. I think we should just play Dweller. It's probably the best rank 4. There's Redoer's not bad. Giant Hand is okay. Probably just going to be Dweller. I wouldn't be opposed to Exciton Knight if I owned it, but I know I don't. I don't know where it is. Here it is, yeah. This card's pretty good. It's pretty much like Zeus during your turn or exactly your opponent's battle phase, but on a rank 4. Oh, this card's a UR, Castell. I mean, it's fine, but it's not that good. I always forget Tornado Dragon's a UR as well. Are we just going to play... I think Dweller might be the only rank 4 we play it. I think that's completely fine. Okay, we can put Appaloosa in the extra deck. That's also fine. Here we go. That's Underworld Goddess. Appaloosa's right here. We could still play Spheres. I mean, we still have Ether Barrel. Like, we have enough dragons to still be playing Spheres, even without Watt. You don't have to be playing Watt Tail Dragon in order to play Spheres. It's just nice to help. Okay, so this is 15, but... do I want anything else for the extra deck? Do I need anything else for the extra deck? Is there anything I'm forgetting? Necroquip wouldn't be bad. Yeah, let's put in Necroquip. Let's take out one of the rank 6s. I kind of want to take out Caesar. Ooh. This is actually difficult. I could see an argument for taking out any one of these, actually. It might be M7. Do I like Lars better than... Well, Lars... I like Lars for ending on turn 1, and because it's a generic rank 6, you can use Bystials for it. I like Caesar, obviously, for ending on turn 1. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to cut M7. That's fine. Okay. Put in Necroquip. This looks pretty good to me. Let me just go over this one last time. Just really try to make sure. I feel like I'm forgetting a Link monster for some reason. I might I might look up a build. No, I don't think I need to look up a build. Infamous last words. I feel like I'm not forgetting anything. Also, infamous last words. I'm almost wondering if I should reduce on Bystials very slightly. Like maybe cut 1 or 2 of them and play like a Ghost Ogre or 2. No, I think this is fine. I think we're fine with this. So I think it's okay that we're not playing Wattail. Driver is completely fine, especially because it actually serves another function in this deck. Yeah, we're good. It's also level 6, which is very nice. Let's see, we'll do this one and the triple tack sleeve. I've really been liking the Forest of Cherry Pink Field. I know it only comes with like the regular music as far as the background music goes, but it's good. It's still fine music. And it's a great field. I love the way it looks. All right, we'll do Primite, Fiendsmith, Bystial. Okay, let's take this to ladder and see how we do here. Let's see, change decks to this one and hop right on in. All right, locked in for our first game. We are somebody's final boss for their Diamond 2 rank up, and we're taking the first turn. So let's see what we've got here. Now going first, like I mentioned in the deck building portion, we're super interested in opening Fiendsmith cards to kind of pop off a little bit. Ideally, we have like Tract and Ether Barrel. Okay, no Fiendsmith stuff. We do have Ether Barrel, so we can set up Drill Beam control with a bunch of hand traps. That's also completely fine. Okay, looks like they don't really have anything here, which is pretty good for us. Let's set Lordly Load. And then activate. And they're going to Ash Blossom. I will cross that out for sure. I want the Drill Beam and... Okay, they're just going to concede. I was going to say too, I want the Drill Beam, and also Crossout is a little bit more difficult to use than something like Call By or Triple Tack. So that's one of those cards where, like, if I have an opportunity to use it, I'm a little more likely to take it, right? It's more, I ask myself the question, do I think I'm going to get another opportunity to activate Crossout? Or rather, how likely is that? If I know I'm playing in like a mirror match or something, then, you know, I might save it, but I guess to be fair, we're playing so many common engines that Crossout in a fair number of situations is actually kind of like a pseudo-solemn judgment. Hey, look, somebody else who's about to rank up. Let's see if we can crush their dreams too. Yeah, we can call, obviously, both Primite and Fiendsmith stuff, which covers pretty much, like, almost all, if not all, of, like, the top few meta decks. Okay, here we have Tracked and Lordly Load, which is quite good. So, I wonder which one I should activate. Let's activate Lordly Load first. I definitely want to activate both of these before I commit a monster to the field, so that way I can Gamma. We're going to add... We already have Track, so I don't need Primite Roar. We can just add Ether Barrel here. That's fine. Alright, give me Lurie. And then we'll discard Lurie. And Lurie F. Let's see if they have a Max C or something. Nope. Okay, so it's all of the Gamma bait out of the way. Or the hand trap bait for the Gamma, you know what I mean. Alright, so we're just gonna do Fiendsmith stuff for a minute here. I could just make a 3-mat Appaloosa at the end of all this. Yeah, let's do that. 3-mat Appo plus Drill Beam sounds pretty good to me. We're gonna dump Engraver. Then we're going to revive the Engraver. Are we? Is that how we're doing this here? Yeah, because we have the Lurie in the yard too. Okay, I just want to make sure that... Oh, but we're not making Desiree. Right, we're making Appaloosa. I just said that. I usually default to making Desiree if I'm on like autopilot, which you shouldn't be on autopilot. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Alright, so we're going to go into the sequence. We do also want to try to make sure that we're leaving... can we, though? Lacrima and Requiem both in the graveyard, ideally, but I don't know if that's going to be viable. We'll leave Lacrima the Crimson Tears in the graveyard. Because we can summon her during our opponent's turn and then send the trap card still. Yeah, so we're going to put back Requiem and Engraver. And then Fiendsmith's Lacrima can summon Lacrima the Crimson Tears. Because we'll have a Link monster. This needs a Link monster, right? Yeah, and sequence will be in the graveyard, so... Let's make the Appo. I think I can end on Lars here too, actually, right? Yeah, I definitely can. Ooh, you know, I'm actually not going to activate that, and I'll explain why in just a moment. First, I'm going to normal summon Ether Barrel and activate in order to lay Epic Drill Beam. Okay, so the reason that I didn't activate Fiendsmith's Lacrima's effect is because I want to banish Fiendsmith's Lacrima to summon this Bystial Baldrake, because I'm about to summon Driver off of Lordly Load and make Lars too. And I still also want to be able to use Lacrima the Crimson Tears F during my opponent's turn. So I wanted everything to still be in the graveyard. That's why I didn't activate the Lacrima effect to burn there. This is why I like having Lars. It's such a good turn 1 play. And it's also, oh, but now I don't have a vanilla for the Drill Beam. Shoot. I forgot about that. That's fine. That's fine. We still have, I mean, it's still an Omni Negate. The Drill Beam is a better Omni Negate, though, I will say. Okay, let me see something real quick. When exactly, hang on. I need related cards. If your opponent special summons a monster. Okay, so we do want this now to set up the trap card in the graveyard. I just wasn't sure if the trap card activated when it was sent or if it had another condition. It's when a monster is special summoned. Oh wait, did I screw up? Did I just completely forget how that effect worked? Oh, because you need the... Right, oh my god, duh. I am actually a dummy. You're supposed to, you need Requiem because you summon Lacrima and then send the trap card. You don't send the trap card with the graveyard effect. That's my bad. That is my bad. Yeah, I won't chain to this. This is fine. So we just have a random sequence on the field. It's not a big deal. Yeah, the Drill Beam not being live is a slightly bigger deal for sure. But we have Max C, 3 monster, hopefully 3 monster negates, and an Omni negate. So that should be good. We'll see how this plays out. They're really thinking about this tract. I was gonna say, it's a pretty simple decision. You either have the Lurry or you don't. I'm not gonna negate this Lurry with Appaloosa. I'm actually gonna chain Maxi, because I can just negate the Requiem with Appaloosa. And now if they have an Ash Blossom here, I can negate that. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game when all of a sudden you have to play under Maxi and a board. Oh, it's Musket. Interesting, okay. Yeah, it's the one that summons. Target to face up. Changes attack and defense. Well, that sucks. I have to. I have to negate that. Yeah. That's fine. Kind of feeling the lack of Drill Beam here, though, for sure. I'd love to have Drill Beam be live too. Yeah, for something like this. Oh wait, hang on, that's not a... Okay, that's not a Musket card, it's Fiendsmith's Sanct. Ash Blossom's a great draw here. That's a fantastic draw. Okay, am I gonna activate Appaloosa or Ash Blossom here? I think I'm actually gonna activate... They use their normal summon. I'm gonna activate Ash Blossom here. They only have 2 cards left in hand. Hopefully one of those... Thank you. Okay, thank God. I'm really glad that they conceded there. I was going to say, they only have 2 cards left in hand. Odds of them being another extender that can be Ash isn't very likely. And I would like to save my Appaloosa negates if possible. I'm not trying to get in a situation where my opponent gets my Appaloosa down low enough where they can just run over it and then combo. That's actually extremely common. I out Appaloosa like that all the time. And it's like you really want to be mindful of when you're using those negates, like for that exact reason. Yeah. Okay, so this is a pretty solid game there. Had one other game beforehand that was a bit of a non-game because our opponent conceded so quickly, but we're coming up on the 30-minute mark on my end here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call it for now, but... Yeah, we only got in a couple games here, but I think a build like this is quite solid. And I think when it comes to vanillas, I think Dippity plus Driver is actually just enough. Yeah, I don't think we need it to be a Fiend for Caesar or a Dragon for Spheres necessarily. These cards are already like plenty easy to make with stuff that we're already playing here. That last game really reaffirmed me having Lars over M7. I mean, M7's a really good rank 6, don't get me wrong, but I really like turn 1 options. For a best of 1 format like Master Duel Rank Ladder, I tend to prioritize turn 1 options a little bit more than other stuff, because it's just naturally going to come up more often in best of 1, and going to win you more games because it's best of 1, right? So, yeah, I liked having the Lars there. I'm going to keep that moving forward for sure, but... if you have any suggestions for the list, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm always open to those, but I think for the time being, that is going to go ahead and do it. So thank you so much for watching, especially if you watched the whole thing. I say it a lot, but it really does matter that you are watching until the end. It's hugely helpful to myself as well as other smaller YouTube channels if you're doing that. So I really, really appreciate it. Very, very much so. But like I said, that'll do it for now. Let's move on to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.